Hello and welcome to today's Microsoft Teams live event. A live event is a type of Teams meeting and you are encouraged to participate. During a live event, you'll be able to ask questions and receive answers. In order to ask us questions, simply type away in the questions and answer panel over up on the right. So log in your questions straight away. You don't have to wait to the end of the session to ask a question. To make this session useful for you, you need your full participation. So what we're going to do today, this is your Microsoft Outlook Beginners Level course. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to the session. This is a beginner's course showing the basics of how to use Outlook, which you can use to check your emails and calendar at any time on any device. I will show you how to get more out of Microsoft Outlook, which is the email system and calendar system used within Birmingham City Council. Remember, there are more than one way of carrying out a task. So don't feel you have to change the way you're currently carrying out a task to what I'm showing you. If you're happy with what you're doing, continue. Now, additional information can be found in the Modern Workplace Hub. There are so many features actually built into Microsoft Outlook that there's a help facilities there, which you'll find at the top of the screen. I'll show you that in a little while. Tell me what you want to do, what's new, and show training. There are many places you can go to get additional advice. Even Google, YouTube, you will find them to be invaluable. So let's have a look at what we're going to cover on today's course. So the features of today's course that you'll see in this presentation, you'll be more confident in how to create your email signature. You'll know how to update your telephone contact number, how to set up an automatic reply, how to create your calendar. Obviously, I need to show you how to send an email, how to find contact numbers for your colleagues within the organisation, and how to ensure you're using the global address book. So let's go over to Outlook. So what can you see? Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's folders. These are pre-created and some of them will be populated. It's possible to create new folders if you need additional ones. In the center of the screen, where we've got a bit of text in black and blue, you can see all your email messages. Which to open, we just click onto them. When you open a message, if you double click onto a message, it will open it up. So let's just go back to the inbox. You can have your messages open up in a reading pane. So I shall show you that at a later point. You can customize your reading pane so that it shows you where you want it. I mean, currently I've got it switched off. So to change your reading pane, we just need to click onto the view option at the top of the screen. And can you see you've got these folders here? So we'll just select the one that says reading pane, and we can actually put the message to open up, to preview at the bottom of the system. So you can see I've highlighted this particular message, and you can see the message down here, what's contained there, rather than opening up to fill the whole screen. We also have a search facility. So this makes it easy for you to find a message. So if you're looking for a message from a certain person or a certain team, if you just click into this search facility here and then start typing in the first few characters of the person that you're looking for or the team that you're sent something to you, it will actually filter out all the other messages for you. And then on the right hand side in this like right hand margin, what you can see there is your calendar. And this shows you all upcoming events that you have. Okay, so there you go. That's your inbox for Microsoft Outlook, split into 3 or 4, depending on how you customize it to suit yourself. So we're going to start off by having a look at how to create and use email signatures in Outlook. So what is an email signature? It's useful information that appears at the end of an email that appears automatically every time you compose an email message. This is unique for you. The information that is contained will be things like your contact name, your contact email address, contact telephone number, anything that you want that you think will be useful, you can put it in there. It's completely up to you what you include. It's whatever you want to show. I don't think I need to stress how important it is at this moment in time that you have up-to-date contact information. You would need to decide when your signature will show. You've got 2 options. You can have it after every email that you send, or you could have it just on emails that you create. So if you reply to an email that's come in, your signature won't appear. So let's have a look how to create our email signature. So what we need to do is top left hand corner, just click on this icon that says new email. It automatically takes us into the message menu, and we now then need to select signature and then signatures. So we get a new pop-up window that appears. So we want to create we haven't got an email a signature here, so we need to click on new to create a new signature. It's asked us what you want to call the signature. So you just type in what you want to call it, because you can have multiple signatures from your email account. So once you've got the information in, remember you've got to click onto that OK to put it in. So over here on the right, you can see which email account that signature will work with. And then here's where you make your options. Do you want this email signature just to appear on your new messages? If that's the case, then just simply select the name of the new signature that you created. If you don't want it to appear on your replies, then you'll leave it as none. If you do want it to appear on your replies, then you'll select the name of your new signature. Down here in the body, this is where you now go to compose your signature. So put in here anything that you would like. So if you want your name in there, you can put that in. Put the location of where you're working. At the kitchen table, because that's where I currently am. And that text that you've put in, you can highlight it and you can change the font. So you've got a list of there. If you don't want it in the standard one, you can change it to something different. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger by selecting your font. If you want to put it in bold, you've got or italics or underline, you can format it there. If you don't want it in boring black, you can pick a different colour. So if you want it in a nice snazzy blue, you can put the text in blue. Over along here, we've got some other links that you can use, which could be useful. So if you want to create a link to the Birmingham City Council webpage, you've got that option there. If you want to put in attach a photo or a scanned image of your actual signature, you've got the option there to add those in. So you might want to put in a bit of additional information. So I'm just going to enter in my phone number here. So once you've composed your message and you've got it set the way that you want it to appear, you simply then just click onto OK. And there you are, you have actually created your signature. So let's just go back to our inbox. And if I go to that new email, again, you can see there the email signature that I've just created, it appears. So let's just recap and let's just quickly go over that again. So if you need to change your signature, you would go into New Email, you'd go Signature, into Signatures, but this time you wouldn't click on New, you would select the event that you've got, and you would then simply go into your message that you've got, and you could edit it. Once you've made the change, as I keep saying, just click onto the OK, and that will save it. So I'll just come out of this current message that we've got, and if I go into New Email, you can see that new updated information is now showing at the bottom of the message. So there you have it. You're now aware of how to create an email signature, how to change it at any time that you may need to in the future. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to have a look at is how to update your telephone contact number in the Outlook address book. Now, the telephone contact number is your contact number that shows on the Outlook address book. This is a number that shows if anyone is trying to contact you. And as a lot of us are now working from home, we need to remove our desk-based contact numbers if we haven't forwarded them to our work mobile number. So let's have a look how we do that. So I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to go back to my inbox. And then what we need to do, top right hand corner, we're going to use this option here that says File. And then in that left hand margin, we are going to select Office Accounts, just there. And then just over into the center of the screen, we're going to select About Me. And then we should have an option where it will show us our profile. So there is my profile. So you can see my name, my job title, email contact details, and my contact phone numbers. So I need to update my profile because it's not completely correct. So if I select Update Profile, it then takes you into a part of the screen where you can make any changes that are necessary. You can notice here at the end of the phone number, I've actually got an edit icon, which looks like a bit like a pencil or a pen. I'm going to click onto that. So that will then allow me to make the change. So I'm going to take out my desk phone number from there and enter in my work mobile number, which I need people to contact me on at the moment. Just entering in my phone number there. Once I've got all the information in there, click onto that green tick so that it saves the changes that I have made. It's really important you remember to click on that tick, otherwise the changes you make won't be saved. So now you're aware how to update your telephone contact number within the Outlook address book. So I'm just going to come out of this section here and go back to my Microsoft Outlook inbox. So the next thing that we're going to do is set up an automatic reply. So are we aware what is an automatic reply? It's what some people call an out of office message. So this is useful if you're planned to be out of the office, you can set up an out of office message and it will tell anyone that tries to contact you that you're not available. You can give them contact details for somebody else for them to contact in your absence, or obviously they've always got the option to wait till you're back into the office to get a response for you. So to do that, again, we're going to use that file option. So just up here in the left hand corner, we've got that file. So let's select it. So I've selected file, and then right here, quite a large icon here, we've got something that says automatic replies, and it does actually tell you here it's an out of office automated message. So to send an automatic reply, we need to make that selection, send automatic replies. We then need to say only during this time range, and we can actually enter in the date and the time that we want the messages to start going out. And then you can enter in the end date and the end time. Down into this message box here, you'll compose your message and put in all the details that you want. If you wish, you can, just like we did before, you can change the colour, the type of font that you're using. You can change the site and just format it in the way that you'd like. Once you've got everything you want in there, you then need to move on to the next tab, which is for outside my organisation. So you have a different message for people within Birmingham City Council and outside of Birmingham City Council. So again, once you've got all that information in there, to save it all, we need to click onto the OK. So what we've done there, we've set up an out of office. We can see that from looking at this screen because you've got it in red. And if I just take you back to my inbox, you can see we've got a yellow banner going across the top, which is just reminding you that you've got your automatic reply on. So when you've been off and you've got your automatic replies on, when you come to work, you'll see that banner, and all you need to do there is just go up to it and click on the button that says turn off, and this will cancel and stop the automatic notifications. I mean, it's really important that you actually go there and switch off your automatic notifications, because a lot of people don't, and they don't realise, and they get carried away with their work, sending out messages, and people might respond to them and they keep getting this out of office message. And we don't want to do that, because obviously that's just going to build up extra unnecessary traffic on our network. So I did say at the start of the course that we use Microsoft Outlook for our email messages and our calendar. So what I'm going to show you now is how to set up a meeting. So we're going to schedule a meeting. We're going to invite some people to attend that meeting with us. And what Outlook will do, it will monitor it and see if those people come back to you to confirm or to cancel their attendance at the meeting. So we need to go into our calendar. So down here towards the left-hand corner, you'll see we've got like a little calendar icon. So we're just going to click onto that once to open it up. Then up at the top of this message, you've got the new Teams meeting. So if you click onto that to select it, it will then allow us to create a meeting. So title, what is the title of the meeting? So you just enter in what you want to call the meeting. So I'm going to say it's supervision. Who's required in attendance? And you just have to start typing in their name, and Outlook will give you a few options, and then you can just click onto the one you want. And then you can type in the next person's name. And then if you've got someone that it's not necessary for them to be at the meeting, you'll put them down as an optional one. You then need to set up your start time of the meeting. Now, I've automatically got mine set that it always defaults in at 30 minutes. But if you don't want the meeting for that long, you can obviously just go into it and make the change that you want. So I'm going to say that I want this meeting to be an hour and 15 minutes. So I've put that in. Now, if this meeting was going to be an all-day event, all you could do here is just click onto all day, and it will just mark it out in the calendar for the relevant information. Once you've got all the information in, you can come down to the lower bit here and you can try put some information in. So type in whatever you want to do, it will appear there, and then you then simply need to click onto the send button, and what that will do is put it in your calendar and send it to the invited guest for them to then come back to you to confirm or deny attendance at the relevant meeting. Okay, so you're now aware of how to schedule and send out invitations to a meeting. So we're going to stay with our calendar just a little bit longer. So what we're going to have a look at now is how to set up your working week. So we're going to, as I said, we're going to use this calendar option again. So setting up your working week, this allows you to create duration of your working day. So if you don't work the standard 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, this is extremely useful. So anyone that works unusual hours or shift patterns, then by doing this, it just makes it easier for anybody that's trying to contact them to know whether or not they're available. So we're going to use that file option again in the top right hand corner. We're then going to come down in the left hand margin to your options. Can you see it just there in the left hand margin, options? We then again in the left hand margin and the pop-up window, we're going to select calendar. And then we're going to start in this bit here that says your work time. So you can make changes to whatever's shown there. And once you've made those changes, you will click OK. So I'm going to say that, yeah, I'll start work at 8:30, but I'm not working to 5:30. I'm going to only work until 5. I'm going to have that as my standard day. And then it's automatically defaulted in that I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I don't like Mondays, so I'm not working on a Monday. I'm going to take Monday out. So the first day of my working week is going to be Tuesday. Okay, once you've got all that in, you can then just click on OK to save the changes that I would like. So let's go and have a look at our calendar. So I'm just going to move it on to the next week, and if I scroll up on my calendar, you can see here on the early mornings prior to the time that I said was my start time, it's all grayed out. So that's showing as me being not available. So that's how it demonstrates that someone's not available. The area, the time, and the particular day is all grayed out. Okay, so we haven't finished with using our calendar yet. What we're going to do now is have a look at how we can display our calendar. So by looking at the top here, you'll see we've got a couple of different options for viewing our calendar. So if we clicked a day, it will just show us one particular day. So we can use the calendars here on the left to select the day that we want to look at, and it just shows you the day over on the right. We can actually select to view a week. So that just shows your entire week. So I'm just going to move up my screen here. So there you can see my week starting on a Tuesday, which is what I actually put in at the request. We can go to the work week. So there you go, it shows your work week, so it shows the days that you work. So you can see I said I didn't like Monday, so I weren't going to have that as a working day, and I wasn't having Saturday and Sunday as a working day. So the 4 days that are currently shown is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. You can have a look at it as a month view. Not one of my favourites because to me it's just a little bit too busy. So if you've got a non-working day, I think it's best to use your work week, because then it just shows you the days that you are available to work. But if you work 7 days a week and you have different rotas and different shifts, then it's probably best to have it as a weekly view so you can see when you're due to be working and when you're not. So now you should be aware of how to set up your working week, and you're able to view your calendar in your preferred format. I personally like to view my calendar via the work week. And just a final note about the calendar is however you leave your calendar. So if I leave mine in a work week, if I go out of the calendar into email and go back into my calendar, it will show me exactly, when I return to it, it will show you exactly how it was previously. Okay, let's go back to my inbox and let's have a look at something that we will mainly use our Outlook for, and that's how to create and send email messages. So remember this is our Outlook inbox, and to create a message we just need to go up towards that top left hand corner where it says new email. That's what we want to do, so we're going to select that. Can you see down here the signature that we created earlier on? It's automatically populated into this message. So who do I want to send it to? If I'm sending this message to somebody within Birmingham City Council, all I need to do is enter their name. So put in their name and it shows there. If I want to send a copy of it to someone, likewise, I can just put their name in there and they will then be in the copy field. Now, if I'm sending the message to someone that doesn't work for Birmingham City Council, that's fine. You can still use Outlook to do that. The only difference is, rather than just typing in their name, you will need to type out all of the full email address. So you put in what their name is, the @ and the extension that's used for their email. So in the subject, you would just enter in the subject of the email message. And then you'd bring your cursor down into the body of the message, and you could just type in whatever you need to do. So look, just going to type in the message. Yeah, we need to discuss next month's training. Let me know when you are available. Okay, so once you've got all your message in, just come up here and click onto that send button, and that will send it out to the people who've created that message for. Okay. So what we're going to do now is how to ensure that when you are sending an email message that you're using the correct global address book. There are various address books set up in Outlook. It's useful to have the global address book as your default. So up here on the ribbon, you'll find a link to the address book. Can you just see that over here on the right, address book? So we're going to select the address book. And then on this second line, we've got an option that says tools. So that is an option. So we select tools, and then in that list, we've only got two choices. We're going to select that second one that says options. So you always need to have your option as start with global address book. And then in the second option here, we're going to let the system choose it automatically. And again, remember, if you were making changes, you need to click onto the OK to select that option. So once you've got that set up, you can close it off. And again, that's one of these things that you'd only ever need to do once. You wouldn't be doing it again. So what I'm going to do now is just pop back into my inbox. And just want to show you, if you get a message, how you reply to it. So I'm just going to open up a message. So you can see here, I've had a response back to the message that I sent out. And if I want to reply back to that message, I've got a few options here. So if I just want to reply back to the sender, I would hit the reply button. If I wanted to reply to everyone that was in the original message, I'll select that next option along, reply all. If I wanted to forward that message to somebody else, so, oh, I forgot to include someone on the original message, you've got that option there to click on to forward. So those are the main options that you will use to respond back to a message that you've received. So I'm gonna go to just the reply, and I'm just gonna say I will be in touch tomorrow, and obviously just clicking on that send again. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of this message because I've read it, I've dealt with it. I've decided I don't really want to keep that message in my inbox. So if I just select it and just go along to the right, I have the option to delete that message to make it disappear. The next section that I'm going to look at is how to find contact numbers for colleagues. So do you remember at the beginning we updated our contact details? So if you needed to contact someone, then you could use this search facility to find them quite easily. So to search for a contact, rather than going into the address book and then searching all the way down through the list of names to find the person, that can take a long time. What you can do is just use that button above, which into that window, into the cell that says search people. If you just click into there and start typing in the name of the person. So just type in just a few characters, you don't need the whole name. What will happen there is that Outlook will give you some suggestions of people that match that criteria. If you click onto one of the suggestions, you'll see in the left-hand panel their contact details. So you can see their name, job title, phone number, you know, where they're based and other bits of useful information. So now you are aware of how to gain a contact number for your colleagues by using the search people field from the Outlook inbox screen. And just remember that information that you are viewing is what that candidate created and put in their profile. So they did this themselves. This is exactly the same as what I did at the start of this training course. So let's recap what we can do now. So let's just have a look. I did mention earlier on there are some inbuilt actions in the system to help you use Outlook. So you can see here, top of the screen, we've got the help facility. So if you click onto the help and then click onto the help button over here in the left hand corner, on the right hand side of your screen, it will come up with various different help subjects. So if you wanted further help with doing something on your calendar, you've got that there, you've got your email, and it'll show you how to customize those sorts of things. You've also got show training. Again, this takes you to various online training courses that are already being set up. So what you're going to get there is a bit of text, some graphics, and it will just take you through step by step at viewing online training courses. I always think it's a good idea whenever using any Microsoft Office tools is always to have a look in the what's new, because it's a constantly evolving system and things are changing. Unless you come into the what's new, you're not going to be aware of enhanced features that are now available. So that's some of the inbuilt facilities inside Outlook to show you how to use it effectively. So that's one place that you can go to for getting assistance. The other place that you can go to get assistance is on the hub. So I've actually created it as a shortcuts link. So the Modern Workplace Hub. This is full of lots of useful Office 365 tools telling you how to do certain different things. So you can see here how to use Outlook emails and your calendar. It's got OneDrive, it's got Office 365. It's really, really useful. So if you just have a look through there, you've got a search facility for the whole site. So it shows you how to find different bits of information. So if you wanted to say, view how to search and filter emails on Outlook, you could just click onto that hot link and it will take you to that relevant bit of information. And you can see there it's just a presentation and you can simply just go through it and it takes you through step by step how to carry out the tasks that you've requested. Okay, let's go back to... So, as I've just shown you, you can use your help facility to get additional support. Tell us what you want, show training. We just had a look at the Modern Workplace Hub, which has some really, really useful information. As I said at the beginning of the course, Google, YouTube, these are really good places to go to get information and advice of how to use Outlook. And we have, this was just the beginner's course. We have got a course next week on how to use Microsoft Outlook intermediate level, which will be taking place on the 2nd of July. But we have got other courses coming up on Microsoft Office live events. So other courses that you may find useful would be Working from Home, which is on the 26th of June. Introduction to Office 365 Tools on the 1st of July. How to use Teams Intermediate Level taking place on the 7th of July. And Working from Home, More Hints and Tips, which takes place on the 10th of July. Thank you for your participation in this session. This session has now concluded.